INSB class is a Greek shipping classification society completing 40 years in 2016. In the span of the last 12 to 18 months, if I had to pick up from some of our highlights, I would definitely refer to the growth and diversification of our registered fleet. Now I'm happy to see that we have attracted larger companies, and also we have made a slow induction into the oil and gas industry. That means that INSB class has been strong in attracting FSU units, FPSOs and oil rigs. Another important highlight for our organization is the expansion that we're facing in the last couple of years. We pay a lot of attention in expanding our geographical cover. At the moment, we encompass 8 regional offices and we have field locations in 50 plus countries. So it's very important for us to be able to reach out in the stakeholder side and meet also the needs of our clients. Recognition from flag states and insurance companies is definitely also a spot which remains high on our agenda, and we have done a lot of work also in that direction. I'm tempted to say that INSB class, I think, is viewed by the stakeholders as belonging to the leading cluster of the non-IX class societies, and this is a fact that gives us strength to move forward also in a more energetic way and increase also the alliances that we have done so far, also with members of the IX community. Well, I think that shipping industry has been traditionally a heavy regulated industry, and there is a good reason for that. Regulations have proven their contribution to safety. Training also is one of the key essential items that everybody is putting effort constantly without stop. So all in all, I think that yes, we can expect shipping to receive more regulations that will open a cycle of stimulating training needs for the people working on board the vessels. And this will result in everybody in the shipping industry stimulating his own self-control. But ultimately, regulations is one essential part of the bigger aspect. Everything, I believe, comes down back to basics, to the human element. The human element is you simply cannot substitute. So you need to have both sides of the world. You need to have trained people on board, skilled people on board, but at the same time you have a team. You have to have good communication. You have to have the ability to assess the risk in short time, mitigate it, and then do the right thing. When you have this combination, I think you have a very good prospect when it comes in managing a difficult moment of a major or less major incident. Sustainable shipping and sustainability has received a lot of attention in our industry as well. I have heard many definitions of what is sustainability. To us, sustainability is an innovation for a platform for innovation. You can have 2-3 tiers in the key points of sustainability. The one is to have, of course, more friendly, greener-friendly ships. You can have new designs, you can have new ways, hybrid methods of propulsion that will include wind, battery. Definitely LNG is, I think, the substitute for oil in the medium term. So yes, this can be a very good base for our industry, which is also pioneered to understand the trends for the future and react upon that. So yes, sustainability can be greener, we can have better efficient ships, we can have better teams trained, and all in all, it will take a few years before we can actually say that the infrastructure for sustainability in shipping has been well placed. The Paris Agreement has been open to much debate since last December and to the MEPC committee meeting in the IMO last April. To my view, I do not think that excluding shipping at this stage is of a significant nature. Why? Because, let's face it, Paris Agreement is the first unilateral and global effort of developing countries and developed countries to agree on a certain convention, which it will take few years because it can be implemented in reality. 55% of the great emitter countries have to ratify it. So we are looking perhaps 5 years ahead or 10 years ahead. Now, on the other hand, a lot of debate has been also placed as to if shipping is emitting 3% of the global greenhouse gases or 2.5%. To me, shipping has been a pioneer. Shipping has been attracting ways and methods to deal with the GHG long time before the Paris Agreement comes into force. Remember, we have the EEDI, we have the SEMP, we have LNG trends as alternative fuel, battery. There have been a lot of ways that shipping has been responding already when it comes to COP21 and the greenhouse gas emissions for the future. So I think that shipping is not excluded for a good reason. They're already doing things about it. And when you look on the broader perspective, you see some 200 countries that now agreed on the Paris Agreement, but they need to regulate. Each country has to regulate, have the measures in place that can be uniformly implemented. So I don't necessarily view this as a negative aspect for shipping especially, and I do hope that shipping can be also an example when the countries are regulating their own measures of a wider puzzle. Yes, LNG is definitely the alternative fuel in the medium to long term. We have to acknowledge that oil is very difficult to be excluded from the market. And there is also many reasons for that. For example, one must understand the present industry condition. Oil prices steeping low is definitely not assisting LNG to come forth in a faster pace. Building LNG ships is 2 or 3 times higher than traditional vessels. And also don't forget that the training of people working on LNG vessels is a totally different story. So you will have to deal also with some excessive training cycles that each company has to submit its own sifaris. However, LNG is definitely going to replace oil, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now. And most importantly, when the LNG infrastructure in terms of ports, bunkering systems, and points of service is well placed, which is not at the moment. But I believe, yes, in 5 to 10 years, we are seeing LNG to have a very prospect span into the shipping. Posidonia, to me, this year, it brings to my mind an old saying which says, simply too hard to die. I think the resilience that the Greek ship owners have shown in the last 3-4 years, where the market volatility has been great enough and the market conditions have been deteriorating, is a very good example, and many of the other stakeholders count upon to take the proper steps. So I think the message for this Posidonia is see the brighter side of things and expect even brighter things to come. There are already statistics and studies which say that the cyclical nature of the industry is going to rebound maybe on the first quarter of 2017. But 2 words only, optimism and opportunity. That's why everybody's here. That's why everybody is so eager to network, get social, discuss opportunities, alliances, which is another trend, especially in the last 2 years. And don't forget, Athens has a shiny weather, beautiful places, and alone itself, this is a very good reason not to miss the opportunity.